Welcome, welcome, full moon blessings. I have been guided to share a pick a card reading for your full moon contemplations, or for whenever you are guided to step in and receive this message. So, the main focus of this message is that it is a direct question. So, make sure that you are ready for the answers that Spirit provides. I am Josie Amoni. Welcome to my channel. You're welcome to subscribe for additional updates of when new pick a card and oracle readings are shared, as well as hit the like and all of that good stuff. Share to other people that may be asking this question. The question that I was guided to bring up was something very clear and actually a little heavy, right? It's like, what is that heavy that I'm ready to let go of? What am I ready, truly ready to let go of? And when I was thinking of the question, it first came like, what is it time? Or like, what's time to let go of? But sometimes when we think that like the timing is right, we feel like we don't have a part in that decision. But of course, the timing of cycles is in connection between you as well as spirit. Okay, so the question that I shared, I took the word time out of it and was just like, what am I ready? Am I truly ready to let go of so I can welcome more within my life? And how this will work is I've connected and drawn cards from 3 different decks. The decks that I'm working with today are the Plant Spirit Oracle deck by Dana O'Driscoll, the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards by Kyle Gray, and in honor that this is recorded on the full moon, the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. I will also draw some live cards to add to what has been already pulled and connected to for each group from one of my faves, Cosmic Laws Oracle by Ouassima Touahria. It's a challenge for me to pronounce. Such a beautiful word. Excellent. And so now that you know the decks that I'm working with, I ask you to take a couple breaths. As you see, I've even lit some smoke to kind of clear the air, allow you to breathe deeper, to allow what is coming up, what has been surfacing in this past moon cycle, for you to now really just allow yourself to receive these messages and see what comes up, what may be triggered, what you may add to this message as you further contemplate within your full moon rituals. You're welcome to drink water throughout, and of course, replay as necessary. Of course, with the pick a card, it asks you to trust your intuition, because I'm going to ask you, what do you resonate with most? Group 1, group 2, or group 3, right? And know that sometimes what you resonate most will feel clearest, right? Like a clearest connection. You might get a direct yes. You might be very drawn to it and then maybe doubt, right? Sometimes when we choose something, we'll first go yes, and then we're like, oh, but maybe that one looks prettier, or this. So allow yourself, when I share the stones that carry the energy of each group today, just to have some additional breaths and to really feel into what is surfacing. And you may at times maybe be guided, because you're super uncertain, to listen to 2 groups, and then from there kind of choose the one that actually was like the one. So with that, the first stone that spoke for group 1 is this. You have to just like look at those colors. So just breathe in and connect and see if this stone resonates. If it's so, then you are group 1. For group 2, out came this quartz, feeling the energy of this stone, breathing into it. If you are drawn and resonate with this stone, then you are group 2. Whew. And for group 3, a special, I believe it's lapis lazuli. Just to connect and breathe and see what arises. And if so, if you resonate with this stone and the sensation that comes in your body, then you are group 3. With that, know that these direct question oracles that I share collectively, right? The question is open to all and one. That's how spirit works really, really potently. They'll share messages that relate to more than one. And so trust and to receive what resonates and to leave the rest, knowing that that may be a specific message for another. Also, with direct query, these are a way of seeing how a clear question actually brings quite an in-depth answer and an in-depth journey into itself. And so if you're ever so guided and have a very clear question to bring to spirit, you can book a private direct query oracle with me. So with that, just going to have some water. And we can start with group 1. Taking some deep breaths, opening to receive, welcoming all sensation in your body, your heart, your mind. I've already connected with my spirit team and the aspect of myself that is oracle. And you're welcome to connect as well, like candle, whatever you are so guided to do. Group 1. What are you ready to release now? Interesting. In group 1, I have to share, I just realized, I think in the other groups, there was only called for 2 cards from one deck, and specifically the angels and ancestors, but one additional one naturally was drawn for you. It came together. So I always trust when that occurs. So let us see why. Let us see why the number of cards pulled is 6. And what first came from Moonology, and I love Moonology because they're very direct messages to start off a direct answer. So it shares that you are now entering into a time to give rather than take. A time to give rather than take. There has been a level of intensity in how you have been moving through this year. A lot of pushing yourself to go, to be strong, to be fortified. You're a survivor. You've also been working a lot on trying to manifest and receive, to bring things towards you that you may have not received in the past. And they're sharing that some of this push is actually the first step of this moon ritual, is to kind of go, how can I just be? How can I trust that the cycles, as arduous as they may have been, the need for productivity and output that has been, how can I trust that those cycles have been also showing me a new way, a way to a way with less effort on my part, a way with more steady kind of outputs of action. It just feels like you're being asked now to move into a cycle and really understand. I keep just getting the word productivity, and so what they're sharing of that is your work, your career. You know what I mean? Like the ways of progress that you have been taught. That is up for evaluation. That is up for looking into a new way that you can still do actions, right? Do things, and it's not even just honoring rest, because I know that's like been said a lot, right? Just to like, when you're not acting, rest and take it easy. But they're like, how can you actually bring some of the peace and the calm that may be at the times when you rest into how you do actions? I get even, there's this kind of joke by this point in one of the communities I work with, that of making the tea, right? Which is, it's like we always look into creative flow of being the thing that can be very being state, very playful and expansive. But there's also an energy in action that can be very like that you're just doing. It's almost meditative, less like intensity around all the mental kind of constructs of I need to get this done, right? Which kind of runs you ragged. And so they're sharing like this type of making the tea. It's like, how do you make the tea? You're not like, I need this like perfect thing and I need to like balance this and I need to do all of this, right? Which is a lot of mental thought in the doing. It's like, how can you clear that mental thoughts? How can you clear those mental wheels and movement so that you can simply just make the tea? And the 3 cards, I'll share them together. And of course, I'll have more to share of the time to give rather than take. But the 3 cards that are being asked to be addressed now is Sky Father. Look at this. Trust the unknown. Wow. There's a lot about kind of like what your concepts of masculine energy, like this type of even old patriarchal concepts, capitalistic concepts, right? Like these concepts of how like to provide for yourself, to support for yourself, you got to play the game, you got to go into it in the same type of ways that may have been reflected to you along your journey. But the beautiful thing of this card is it's a very different type of patriarchal energy that's being shared. This is going like the energy that's all around you. It's in the sky. It's the stuff that may not be seen. It's the stuff that is not tangible, is not actually like going, ah, yes, like I'm holding this and it's strong. I've built this and created something. I've made a structure. I've built a foundation. I've worked on building my house, right? Like that's a lot of tactile things that you can see that have brought you a feeling and sense of accomplishment. And so they're sharing it's like now it is the like by letting go of these kind of old constructs and old ways, it's not that it's saying that like you haven't been thinking of this as well, right? Like this has been the process to get to this point, is for you to really start to review ways that you work, ways that you do, ways that you act, and then going like, what if the support and the foundations and the thing that will support you is literally like in every molecule and particle of the air, that is in everything that is above you, that is everything that is surrounding you. I'm getting that, like, almost see if, like, what would it be if you shifted that kind of like strong person mentality of looking towards someone who is sharing this type of strength and success, to think that like that strength and success is literally what is encasing this entire world, what is encasing this entire your entire body. What would that bring up? For the second one that showed up is peacekeeper, which is let go of the need to be right. Wow. Direction guardian. Choose your path. Whew. There is sometimes fear because ego's got a bad rap. Right? Like ego's kind of like, let go of your ego, the toxic ego, the fear, facing the dragon of the ego, right? Like in so many analogies, it's been the bad guy. Or and so there's this, but also when you tap into your individual power, the ego does feel satiated and does feel like I am capable of moving forward. I am capable of doing things. I'm capable of taking action. And so this is not asking you to let go of your ego entirely. It's almost to encourage you to have a different relation with it, to trust that those decisions, like the decisions of what is correct in your life, is not solely from the individual, right? That's why they're kind of bringing in the Sky Father. It's and asking you to let go of the need to be right. It's like when you think, this is the right move for me, like what is fueling that? Is it that kind of intensity, that drive, that this is the next step on my success route. This is the next step on my productivity route. This just makes sense. This is on the list to check off, type of thing. I'm getting like lots of good list makers here in this group. Lots of very like goals placed and things like that. And they're like there isn't necessarily any right and wrong. Like there's the right for you right now, but that doesn't mean that the other option is wrong, right? It just means that it will bring you on another journey that might feel maybe a bit more difficult than the thing that feels right. Right? So what if there was, instead of needing to kind of like external proving of your direction, except an external need for kind of like people to go, ah, yes, you are an expert. Ah, yes, you have done well. Ah, yes, this is all great. You've taken the right path for you. It's like, what if instead, you trusted that the times when you felt wrong, the times when you felt that you have done mistakes, were simply almost like marker points to navigate you further along in a pace that honors the multiple ways of receiving, the multiple ways of receiving wisdom, further knowing, further success, further prosperity. There are so many different ways. And they're sharing it's like this constant, like I'm in it on my own, is almost like limiting your capacity to actually journey with others, to enjoy the ride, to enjoy greater connection. The old ways that you have kind of been teetering in and out of, share with us an old way of leading, an old way of receiving prosperity and success. And if you have connected to this group, they're sharing that that path that you are walking that feels true is not as in connection with the support of the earth, of the animals, of guides, and of people, others, that could actually make it a much more easeful and enjoyable walk. Think of the energy between the words give and take. Taking can actually be gathering, right? It can be acclimating or gathering wisdom and medicine and help and all of this great stuff. Is that how you have been taking? Or has it been almost fortifying the more your boundaries to all of that assistance and support? And so this giving is not necessarily for you to give it all up. They're like, let go of those walls to support, let go of those fortified boundaries, barriers, and give more of yourself. The giving that they're asking you to welcome more ways of connection. Plant Spirit Oracle brings up rosemary, which is family, ancestors, and history. It's a very spiritual cleansing herb. You could even actually work with it in your full moon rituals. Have a, brew some rosemary. Wash yourself with it. Have a bath with rosemary. Work with that to share that even though you feel the strength within your bones, within your blood, within your lineage of ancestors that have been warriors and leaders and have had to work really, really freaking hard to get you here now, so that you can let go of that need to continue the arduous path, to continue, or to let go of continuing protecting only you and your own. For the sharing more of self, chickweed, gratitude, offering, memory, right? Give an offering, receive the memories of then those times and spaces within your blood and bones that you carry, that carry joy and peace and trust in other people, in the provisions that the earth will bring. Breathe into your heart, breathe into your belly, breathe into your mind, breathe into your whole body. Breathe into the strength that you know that you have and you have fostered. And allow yourself to gather parts of yourself that have hardened or gotten excessively strong to keep you going in that same trajectory. And see if you can take those and offer those to the earth. Offer them to your ancestors. Offer them to your family, right? Giving and releasing that, so that internal battle that is being reflected in the external world, you can feel like you are contributing to a new way. The energy that this group shares you are so strong. You have worked hard. You have put out a lot of effort. There's a lot of pride in you and yours. That is not a bad thing. Remember, no right, wrong. And if you let go of the mastermind, the intense goer, but still did things, still made the tea, still walked, how would the path open up? Who as you give more of self, share more of self to more people, to more of nature, right? To more that is all around you, to more that may even feel unseen, unknown. How will the path open up? How will the opportunities expand? Let go of the bullheadedness. Let go of the feeling that you need to bluster through things with head first, with your intelligence, the knowledge that you have gained. Instead of moving this way, how would it feel to lead and to share and to give more of self? That is the first thing. How many doors would open? There is something around help, of the feelings of help, like this, like, oh, if I ask for help, that's going to show weakness or show that I don't have it together, or not everybody, it's something that I need to keep private. But how wonderful, instead of asking for help, you simply choose to share more of self. And then the people that wish to help will feel an opening to step in and assist you when needed. Just checking in to see if there's any additional messages. Connect to your ancestors. Share gratitude to the hard work that they have done. And to see where in your body, as you do your ritual with water, and be it with rosemary, even if you're guided with additional plants and animals, to share your readiness, that you do not have to walk the same path as them, that you can choose your own. You can choose a new way in your lineage, your family. And I understand they're sharing. I'm not saying I do, but I do as well. But when the guides is sharing, like, I understand there's been a need to keep the peace within family, within those that you may live with, or that those that you are very connected to provide, to take care of. Almost as if you didn't have the right decisions, then many things would have fallen apart, or it felt that way. So you can share also gratitude to those people and thank them for bringing you on this journey to the here and now. But to also share with them that you are going to share potentially sometimes when you feel vulnerable, and to share more from a space that you don't have to come up with all the decisions, because it may not be bringing you as much joy as they may think it is. Whoa, did you see how the color just shifted there? Ooh. Spirit in this group is strong. From this message, They're also sharing those list writings and those goal setting. Now is the time to take that know-how and to write down a very clear statement of what you are ready to let go of and not bring with you forwards. What are you open to give? Because they know you can trust that you will receive. But what are you open to give of yourself, of your heart, of your fullness that might be also still have some stumbles, fumbles, as well as celebrations within? What if you let go of the need to always have the correct way? How then could you just honor what your next nudges are in the doing phases? What do you wish to let go of the old ways that you connected to productivity and success? And how can you fully trust that by letting go of those old ways, you will still receive? It will just be a more easeful and supportive experience. Thank you, Group 1. You're welcome to share any nudges or any statements that you wish to share below. If you're so guided for a more in-depth reading, you're welcome to connect for a personal reading. May you work with the full moon's natural push and assistance in helping you let go of some big things. Take care. Oh, and I wasn't guided to draw any other cards. That's really interesting. They were just like, no, maybe that's why there was that one extra card there. So there was something very clear in even just the pull. Amazing. So it was 5 + 1 right off the bat. You got more. Thank you, Group 1. Thank you. I'm just going to take a moment to clear the energy of Group 1. To share gratitude to the ancestors and guides that did arrive and assist in that message. And now for Group 2. Group 2. Those of you who chose this wondrous stone, welcome. Welcome, welcome. What was received even in the first group was that in the cards, it is 6. 6 is a very balancing and harmonious number, which is so neat because when you're truly ready to release something and let go of something, that will open, right? That will create an opening that will allow exactly the space that you've emptied, that space to be filled, right? And I'm just really guided to share that with this group, that think that the question of what I am ready to let go of is most definitely simultaneously that opening and that readiness to let go of something that's going to allow you to receive. So the first cards and then the way that they are showing themselves for Group 2. From the Plant Spirit Oracle deck. Ooh, wow. Oh my goodness, even before I'm just like breathing into the energy, and there is stuff coming up in the throat. Wow, take some water, my loves. Take some water, drink some water. Let yourself breathe into the fullness of your being. For the clear, direct message, I was even going to go to Plant Spirit, but they're like, no, put this first. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. This full moon, the date that I am recording this message is a full moon in Aquarius. Bada bing, bada boom. So it is time. So, in order to show the world the whole you, not the one that feels all caught up and going like, do I say this? What do I say to make sure, like the right? What do I share of myself? There's like some uncertainties of like, what aspects of myself do I bring into this situation with this group, with that, gosh, that like, what mask or what part of myself do I share? What part of myself do I protect? That's just so much work. So much work. Goodness. And hence why I guess this is coming up, because there's this ground ivy that's coming up to recognize that. To recognize, like, goodness, like the work that you have done to get to this point. Look at this beautiful ivy and how much it's grown. And of course, we know ivy grows and grows and grows and continues to grow. It's so easy in its growth, right? It just slowly continues to move and get longer and reach further and all of that stuff. So however far your vine is, there is an acknowledgement. I see you. I see you. Spirit's like, I see you. But now, how can more see who I see? There's been a lot of thoughts on how to get more, which is interesting. Why? Even at the beginning of this message, I was shared to let you know, it's like what you're going to let go will open the floodgates to receive. Now I understand why, because there has been a lot of focus on how to receive more. And a lot of, oh gosh, I keep on choking with you. So I will tap into a bit more of that in a second. But they're like this, right? This is an aspect of this reading. Don't go away just yet. Don't run to something else of like, how do I receive more? How do I bring more towards me? How can I be more abundant? How can I have more prosperity? How can I feel more comfortable? I need money, all of that good stuff. They're like, this is what will come once you let go. Once you let go of the masks, of the different ways of you moving and shaking, moving through this world. Wow. Even the voice now, do you see, to access and move beyond that throat, I had to get stronger and clearer in the voice. And I see now in angels and ancestors, I have to first like take charge with authority. Look at this strong Lord. Woo! Look at the energy of that. Wow. There's even ivy there. Two different decks sharing the connection that ground ivy has. But ground ivy moves, as we shared. As it grows, it moves. It finds new things. It finds new places to connect to and to come towards. How interesting the traveler shows up, move in a new direction. Okay. What is already surfacing and coming up? As you sense it, What is your natural tendency within your body, within your mind, within your heart, within the wholeness of you to, when you feel that blip, uncertainty, tingle, that you think something is wrong, that you think and feel that you're misaligned, that you need to do something more, but you're uncertain how, which will give you more doubting your body, your connection, and your capacity. Maybe something's blocking me from receiving these things. Where is it? What is it? Is it this deep wound that I've carried for forever? And they're being so clear with this group. It's like Spirit's just going, you are just simply, you haven't opened to share. There's like, what is blocking the receiving is the trying to protect yourself from what is trying to release, trying to protect yourself from the sensations, maybe the pain, the discomforts of what is trying to release. Your body and the work that you have done has brought you into more connection into the natural cycles of things. Why are you still trying to limit that connection, to trying to limit what the nudges within your body are sharing, going like, hey, it's time to let go of this? Cosmic Laws Oracle, live question to further what is coming through. Group 2. Look at this subtleness. What comes through with that? What do you see? The word that is shared with it is hope. You so want something different. You so want things to just be okay. And that want for things to be okay and comfortable and easeful and gentle, right? That want for you to simply just things to flow and be good, right? Is inhibiting the natural release that comes within our body on a day-to-day basis, weekly basis, moon cycle basis, solar cycle basis. Why can't you just let go of those things? I'm so clearly getting from this group that those pains that you feel that you think are wounds or caca or things that will harm you or things that are bad for you, so you put up the walls and put up the protection and put up the like, nope, I can't be fully here now because the things that are I'm feeling are sharing that I still need to protect myself because they hurt and they're uncomfortable. And they're going, no, those things that are hurting and feeling uncomfortable are literally like coming to the surface and asking you to let go of them instead of stop the flow of release, stopping the flow of letting go, which is keeping them there, and then stopping what you are asking and hoping for, and what you are wishing to receive. Open the floodgates, turn on the faucet, let the discomfort, let the caca emotions come up, let the uncertainties come up. Cry, sound, wail, sing. There's like ways of just like letting out even the weird sounds. Let what is coming out of you, right? That is so ready to let go. It's literally on the surface. That's why you're sensing it. Let it go. It is time. There's been so many emotional threads and healing cycles and paths that you have gone through to get even to now, to grow into the being that you are now. And letting go, they're sharing that like the process of letting go does not mean you are broken. The process of letting go does not mean that something is wrong with you now. The process of letting go is a natural occurrence. It's a natural thing that our body does. Think of digestion, right? Think of sweating, right? Our body it is conditioned, it's trained, right? It knows how to release things. It knows how to, and when we release things, there is more space and room to draw things in. But it's almost like they're sharing, it's like because of this boundary or barrier that's been placed in that release process, that like the body is going, okay, I'm ready to release this. We've done some deep healing work on this thing. I'm ready to let it go, but there's still a little bit of a from you, right? Because of the pain of the release, the discomfort that's in the release. There's discomfort in release, there's discomfort in growth, there's discomfort throughout life, right? But so what does also like getting to a point of comfort mean? How could you allow some almost like to nurture self, and to again, I get this train self when discomfort comes up, that you're like, it could be because I'm ready to release something, so let me give permission to it, or it could be because I'm actually growing, right? Both of them can be a little painful and uncomfortable. And so the desire for maybe material comforts or for a more easeful ride will come when you get more comfortable with the uncomfortable, when you get more comfortable with some of the discomfort in the movements of things, in the shifts and cycles of things. And so I'm getting that it's like the letting go here is like letting go of the uncertainty that all pain is bad. So that then when you like this moving in a new direction is moving almost in a new way of you being able then to feel comfortable in the walk. That maybe sometimes your legs will get tired, sometimes you'll feel soreness in your back, and you'll know that's because of the walk, of maybe what you've expelled during the walk, what you have digested. It's just it's almost like that then that you can get more comfortable with the internal sensations, the dips and the flips, instead of feeling that abundance, and instead of feeling that getting this, more support, more money, more comfort, more ease, less caca, is going to then all of a sudden change the constant that is change. That it's all of a sudden going to like just be like, okay, now I don't have to grow anymore, and I don't have to do anymore, and I don't have to, now I can be fully me, because now everything around me is cushy and supporting me. This is a new way of having authority over self, of strength within self. This is a new way of taking further charge of your destiny, taking further um, a new mental way. Like I'm just getting that this is will be a big there will once you're let go of this, right? And get comfortable with the uncomfortable, there will be a very clear perspective shift. There will be a very clear way that you now can kind of go, whoa, I actually realized that all those things that I was super scared of, like because you went through the process, they're like, and you survived, like you came out the other end, you'll be like, oh, I'm stronger than I think. And in that kind of resurgence of strength, right, you will feel more and more comfortable in walking around more in your truth. Yeah. Mm. New way to trust that you are protected, a new way to trust in yourself, and that you will not continue in cycles of harm, and to start to really shift what you feel are simply hopes, or like kind of like I wish for, like I dream for, I really want this, like to actually sense that they are here now, surrounding you and waiting to come in, waiting to share with you. I'm getting in this group. Some of you may wish for further guidance or protection work, right? You're used to kind of like thinking that something's wrong, and you need someone to help fix it. And they're sharing that, feel it first. Really let yourself feel it first. See what arises within the mind, and practice just giving permission, giving consent, going, yes, I allow it to go. I allow it to move from me. I allow to release to the earth. I allow to release through the waters. It's neat though, I'm not actually getting, in the other group, there was a very direct kind of like ceremony with water. But the ceremony that I'm getting would really work for this group is a fire ceremony. To, burn, like you can take some bay leaf or cinnamon, certain things that are around abundance, protection, and to light charcoal and to burn them, or to literally just burn them with a flame, right? And as you do that, you can then almost share into the ashes, the cry, the pain, like breathe, like breathe out, what is surfacing in that moment, right? What is surfacing of all the different ways that you have had to walk throughout the world. Let that come up. And so as it burns, that's what you're breathing into the smoke and into the flame. And then let the smoke move around you. Let the smoke clear any additional things that need to clear. So yeah, firework will be very good. Definitely, you're stepping into fire season too. So uh, they're kind of like just sharing, like you're right on time. You're right on time. You've done some good stuff. Don't berate yourself as much, you know? Now this is just kind of like the big one to let go of. Is to really work with, like, how have I personally been blocking my own things that I wish to receive? And how can I finally let those go? Eyes open, be present with self. Be present with the discomforts, the different sensations, and know that your body is not trying to harm you or hurt you. Get comfortable in the discomfort. Get comfortable in letting go, and clearing what needs to be cleared for it, and then trust that as you clear, as you truly release these things, you can breathe in to receiving all that you wish for. Thank you, Group 2, for stepping into this potent reading. May it assist you in your release cycle as well as to what you receive. If this assisted and you are so guided to further, like if another question gets really clear, you're welcome to step in for a direct query session privately. But do some full moon connection first, right? Like, see what you can let go of on your own. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to do a little clearing of this group's energy. Thank you, Spirit. I now open to Group 3. I've chosen this gorgeous stone to assist in what am I ready to let go of? What is it time to release? And how they come for you. Oh. Okay. All righty. There'll be a total of 6 cards drawn. 6 cards is quite a balancing number and very much honoring, like, the amount that you are letting go, the amount that you are opening to receive. Of course, receive, release works simultaneously. But you know that. You know that. This ain't your first rodeo. This ain't your first full moon connection. This isn't the first time you have let go of things, big patterns, big shifts within you. And you know that in the process of letting go of things, you because of the experiences you've had before with forgiveness, release, and letting go, you know that immense clarity comes. That space breathes in and shares new light to what you may be envisioning now. And so they share to hold your vision, right? And not hold on to it for dear life, but more like the energy of holding space, right? To know that, like, really foster the empty, foster the space that comes after the release, and know that in supporting that space within, supporting the sensation that might feel empty within, that will usher in even more understanding of your vision. Okay, visions can be shared for intuitives and seers really far down the road, right? And we know we've trusted this, that like over time, when you see something really far and you see it now, and the now, you're like, oh, this must mean that I must do it now. But they're like, this is just the path you are on. This is what you are accessing, and on the path between the releasing and the receiving, as you continue to walk the path true to this vision, that more pieces of the vision will come, more pieces of the puzzle, so that the vision will grow and expand even beyond what you already see of it. And that is the joy of this journey. That is the joy of knowing that every aspect of the journey is going to bring further knowing to what you already see. Whew. Ah, gosh, goodness, I'm just breathing into your energy. I'm like riding the waves. You've done some energy stuff. It's so beautiful. You're connected, and so how lovely that the medicine guardian shows up. Be open to healing information, and it's neat. What I really get strong with this is the be open to still more. Be open to, even in your knowing, even in the path that you have done, all the work, all the access, all the intuition, all the all the connection to your guides and the channeling, and all the different ways that this group is working alongside their ancestors, spirits, star kin, all of it. Be open to more. And not just more information that is going to bring growth, but more information that will bring healing, that it might feel is so subtle, but so importantly needed to get further in what you are envisioning. The let go of. Whew. It's like, what am I ready to let go of? Feeling that I know it all, have all the pieces, have all the stuff. It's like, and to trust that there is more on your journey to uncover and explore. That doesn't mean you are not in a leadership role, right? That does not mean that you can still be a gentle warrior. You can still be graceful, fearless, stand strong in your capacity from all the healing and growth that is done before. There was, I think it was High Priestess May recently said, in a beautiful connection to the angels, she shared this thing that really stuck with me, and so hence why I have to share her name, because it's such a gorgeous quote, is, our weapons now, the weapons that we are being asked to use are our intentions. And that comes really clearly as like an additional message for this group. Our weapons are our intentions, right? They're not there to battle anymore. You know this. We don't need to we can be strong in self. We can know that we have processed and transmuted and shifted a lot of the old fears that that kept us a little out of our strength. So you can step into now this new graceful warrior. This graceful warrior that knows that the things that they carry are their intentions. The things that they carry is the trust in the direction that they're breathing and moving along. And so, which of course makes sense, is the vision. Like, that's the path. You trust in your vision. You trust in your knowing. You trust in your strength. But as you know, as we walk, still be open to more medicine and how it may come. That may keep you humble, but it's even beyond that. It's just like being open to allow your current vision to grow. You're just sharing like the possibility that you see now in this vision, which may also lead to additional sights, which may lead to additional visions. You're like, oh, I can see this. I see this possibility. Whoa, 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 whoa. But they're sharing like even that first vision, even that first aspect of this path, right? And as it grows, is still, there's more. There's just more information. And so let go of the sensation that it is all 100% clear now, and get ready for openness to see how you will receive this information. Initiate. It's neat because then comes from Plant Spirit Oracle this gorgeous guy, St. John's Wort. Ooh, creativity, inspiration, and flow. Right? Like, and I'm even getting from here because I was going to share like, don't expect of where you'll get the information. And it's like, yes, you have the direction, you have the vision, you know where you're going, but like, see how all these different things bring all these different colors of the rainbow, right? All these different things bring more light, shed more light, make it a more complete destination, a complete next point on your path. So allow some creativity, allow some exploration, some connections, some ways. Like this is the time to go. Like, I let go of anything thinking that I know it all, and be like open to still the discovery, but in a new way, right? Like sometimes when we've been open to discovery and receiving messages in the past, it may have been to foster and nurture us so that we feel stronger, but they're like, you're now the warrior. You're now in that strong place. And so this is now a new way of like discovering new spaces and places and exciting things. Get excited in the things that are yet to come, and allow what inspires, what feeds your joy and just excitement. I'm just getting a lot of excitement from this group. Like, you're like, yay, right? So it's like, let that be the guide of like what and how you will receive additional information and additional parts to this vision. And how lovely this breath, logic, and exchange card, air. And how beautiful we're in full moon in Aquarius, which is an air sign. And of course, moving from Cancer season to Leo season, water, fire, like it's honoring this kind of movement in the space, that and how you're able to move between the elements, between the cycles with more grace and more ease and more joy. So I'm getting a lot to share about the logic. So I'm just going to double check with one more card pull live. This group 3 message of what letting go in the cycle. Oh, okay. Woo. There's some belly work. there are certain aspects and I know this might be a bit of belly, or if you carry even a womb, if you bleed, for some of those that bleed, what are the pains that come up in that area around this time right now? What have you been experiencing there? Because those are sharing kind of areas that are, it's neat. Like logic, we think is like that, like, okay, this has happened before, like, and so I know how to do it, right? And like logically this would be the way to respond, or logically this would be the way to do something. And they're sharing like there's certain things that are stored in the belly that from all your deep work and all the beautiful journey that you've been on are coming up now, that are those final kind of like preconditioned ways of going forwards, or responding to certain things that will come. And so some of you may actually have a blood cycle right now, or to do some womb or belly work. Even really kind of like getting in, doing some good massages around that. I'm getting like lots of, like you can do warm oil stuff this full moon and really just kind of massage those areas, bring some gentle movements into the belly, and let what's kind of been just those little pings that are showing up now are going to, that is like, that's what I mean when I understand when I was sharing like the things that are letting go right now are really subtle. Like they're those types of things. They're things that you've done like deep ancestral work, deep work in your lineage and all of this stuff. And these are kind of like those last little bits that did somewhat logically still make sense to keep within you. Like they're not necessarily bad. They're not necessarily like major pain and suffering, but they are things now that will still resist your vision and your creativity and the possibilities that are open to you now to actually come forward. So how beautiful. I got this from this card. I was like, I got all of this blood release, right? Like from this confidence card, but look at the magic number of 22, right? So this is like definitely, I understand now, a bit of like earth mother, divine feminine energy, if you so relate to those terms. But the term, the energy that is, will allow for more, not just movement, but I'm getting like from here, the exchange, right? Like this give and take between the pulse of like the earth support, the ancestral support, of course, your body's support, but the support and the support of other people. Like I just keep getting exchanging. The exchange is linked to that you're more confident in this exchange, that you can trust this exchange between you and others, between you and spirit in a new way. And so your rituals around this time can, yes, be around belly, can be some womb clearing work. And I know sometimes when I bring that up, some people are like, but I've done so much of it. And it's like, well, there's a lot there, right? It's our creative center. Our belly churns and moves and then massively connects up towards our mental center and our heart center. It's literally directly, like mind gut connection. Hello. There's so much shared of how that. So it's like the visions that you are cultivating and growing are directly linked towards the belly center. And so to apply now, like to check in there and see the subtle things that are asking for some medicine. And you will probably receive this once you do those. That's why they're asking like massage and connect to that area and connect to the little pings, and maybe because these are also things that might not exactly have names of experiences. They're just like those last sensations that will open your vision more, and that will give you by connecting in the belly sensation, they will share with you how to heal it, how to clear it, how to let it go. So fun. I'm just checking in to see if anything else is coming through. As soon as I did that, I got drawn right to this green earring on this warrior, and I got the word jade. Some of you might connect to jade, but also then it drew me to see, just how much of this green energy is within both. If you work with stones, crystals, earth, or even herbs and plants, but there's also something of like this vision that you have now, is the one type of thing, like the one to get you to that next level and that next step in career and expansion and connecting your messages to many. So there are many sorry, they're just sharing me because they're like, some of you will really connect to certain symbols in these cards. So to look at the symbols, the places where your eyes get drawn to work with those symbols. Everything that you are connecting to is assisting and inspiring and getting you further into your creational flow, further along on the vision and the amount of the vision that you have, and to now enjoy these gentle but very deep. Like, what I mean, they're subtle because they're very, very deep stuff that you're letting go of this cycle. And as we know, sometimes the deep things don't necessarily have names, right? You might not be, but once you just do the process, trust in the healing information of how to do the process, and what medicine is being, you're getting really nudged to work with this cycle in assisting the releasing process and in the letting go process, that what will come from it will bring you, you're like, that was it. Cool. Because something will shift that will just let you experience almost like kaleidoscopic vision of how, like, I'm seeing like that, like sometimes when we see visions, they're very clear like this, but they're sharing it's like see how it can be kaleidoscopic. There's multiple aspects to that vision. And then as they come in together again, they'll get very clear, and then they become multiplied again. And so it's like almost like this movement between multiple sites. And that will be that way of moving through clarity, purpose, intention, direction, with still the joy and delight of letting that kaleidoscope of light, letting more to inspire and potentially be a part will make you really enjoy this next aspect of the journey. Yeah. So, yay. Spirit, any additional messages for those who are watching this of group 3? It is time for your heart to expand. It is time for what you have fostered and cultivated within self to expand to more, to many, to connect more to many. So instead of feeling like you're holding the vision of that, and which may create a bit more challenging expansion, to really just honor the healing and growth cycles of how we get asked to heal so that we can grow more, and how we grow more so that we can heal more. And it's just like this wondrous dance between the two. And so there's almost like a joy in both the letting go process as much as the receiving process, because the receiving process will become much more playful, and the letting go process will become you're trusting much more in the release process. So just trust intuition, trust what new information comes, be open to what gets to be added now to even expand the vision, expand your reach, expand your heart even further. So beautiful. Thank you for tuning into this. If you're ever so guided to go further with me privately, you're welcome to book a session. And also, if this has touched you in some way, hit the like or subscribe or share it with others. And yay, the light has changed. So Spirit is also going. Deep bows and respect to your team. We see you. I see you. And pleased to be in connection as we move forward into a new pathway with multiple warriors, multiple leaders. Being strong in who they are and complementing each other and sharing with each other and inspiring each other just feels delicious. Thank you. Full moon blessings. Thank you, Spirit team. Thank you for the aspect of the one that I am, that is the Oracle. I thank you for what you have shared today. I give deep, deep gratitude to all the support of Source Energy, of Earth Mother, of Elder Moon, of air, water, fire, and earth. Take care.